Welcome everyone to another Khan Academy tutorial by West Explains Best. Today we're going to be talking about factoring polynomials using the greatest common factor method. So the first prompt is factor the polynomial by its greatest common monomial factor. So monomial means one term, so we're not doing like a binomial factoring or anything like that. So the first thing we need to do is recognize that, number one, we got two terms. We got 1, 2 here. They have different powers for the variable. But the first thing we're going to be concerned with are the coefficients, so the numbers. So do these two numbers, 9 and 24, do they share any common factors? So if you want, you can start factoring 24 into its prime factors or thinking of the combinations that give you 24. But I just like to kind of, in my head, go through the factors in my head, which they have in common. So 6, 4, 8, 3, 12, 2. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing in my head. 24, 1, where 9 is 3 and 3, and then we have 9 and 1. As you can see, the only common factor they have, 3 and 3. So we know we can factor out a 3 here. So we are going to factor out a 3. So step one is find the greatest common factor for the coefficient. Now we're going to do the same thing with the variable. So if the variables are the same base, it makes it pretty easy for us because the greatest common factor is always going to be the smaller of the exponents of that variable base. So this one is b to the third and that other one is b to the eighth. So b to the third is going to be our common factor. Why? Well, because we can do b to the third power times b to the fifth to get b to the eighth. And we get b to the third power times b to the 0 power to get b to the third. But we can't do anything else. I mean, b to the third is the biggest, the greatest common factor we can have. If we have b to the eighth, it doesn't fit into b to the third. So that's no good. Okay, so that's just an explanation of why. Now, this works for all the variables of the same base. You're always going to pick the smallest exponent as your common factor. Okay, so once you write your common factors, you're going to make your parentheses, and you're going to essentially do the first term divided by 3b cubed, which is your greatest common factor, to get what goes here. So you do this division, and that answer goes in the first slot in the parentheses. So we do 9b to the 8th divided by 3b to the cubed. 9b to the 8th divided by 3b cubed. Now, basically, we do the numbers divided by each other first. So we're going to get 3. And then we have the variables with the exponents. And we can use the quotient rule here, which we subtract exponents, and we get b to the 5th power. We are just going to copy down the same sign. So if this is a plus, it's going to be a plus here also. Let me erase this a little bit. Okay, same thing. We're going to take the second term and we are going to divide it again, and that answer is going to go there. So we do 24b cubed divided by 3b cubed, which is our greatest common factor. We can cancel 24 with a 3, and that gives us 8. Over here was 3. Sorry, I didn't write that. And then the b cubed cancels with the b cubed, and we're not left with anything. So it's just going to be 8 here. So now we have our final answer. Our final answer is 3b cubed times quantity 3b to the 5th plus 8. So let's write that. 3b cubed, parentheses, 3b to the 5th, 3b to the 5th power. I hope I can arrow. Oh, press arrow down. And then plus 8. Plus 8 and parentheses. Check it. Okay, great. The rectangle below has an area of this. The width of the rectangle is equal to the greatest common monomial factor of those three terms. What is the length and width of the rectangle? Okay, essentially what it's saying is factor. I know it seems like it's complicated, that it's talking about area and width and all this other stuff, but essentially we're just going to factor. So like I said before, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look at the coefficients and see what's the greatest common factor. If you want, you can list each one with all of its factors. That might be a waste of time. I think we can clearly see that 5 is going to be a common factor with all of them. Usually you want to check the smallest number and see if the smallest number can fit into any of these, which it can't, because 15 times 2 is 30, so we can't get to 35 or 20. So it looks like 5 is our winner. 5 is our greatest common coefficient. No, actually, let me make it blue. Stay with the theme here. 5. Now, we need to look at our variables. Now, the variables, we're always going to pick the smallest one. In this case, it's k squared. They all have the same base. So our greatest common factor is going to be k squared, the smallest one. Now we put parentheses. Oh, forgot to answer a question. So we said the width of the rectangle is equal to the greatest common monomial factor. That's that right here. So we know what our width is. Width. And then this other part inside here, this is going to be our length, which is the other factor, because width times length gives you the area. And that's what it's talking about. It has an area of blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we're talking about the, what we do is we take 15k to the fourth divided by our greatest common factor. So 15k to the fourth divided by our greatest common factor, 5k squared, and that will go in the first slot. Well, we cancel the 15 with the 5, we're left with 3. K squared with the 2, we're left with k squared, so we get 3k squared. We keep the positive because it's positive here. And now we proceed to the next term. So the next one is 35k cubed divided by our greatest common factor, 5k squared. We are going to cancel 35 with 5, we're left with 7. K cubed with the k squared, we're left with k, so we get 7k. And then finally we have 20k squared. Oh, forgot the plus sign. This is plus, just copy down. If it was minus, we'd copy down the minus. 20k squared divided by 5k squared, which is our greatest common factor. 20 divided by 5 is 4. K squared cancels complete with the bottom k squared, and we're left with 4. So now we have our width and we have our length. We're ready to proceed. So we have 5k squared for our width, 5k squared for our length. We don't need to put the parentheses because it's by itself, but if we were to write it next to the width, the greatest common factor, 5k squared, we definitely need parentheses. So by itself, though, if it's just asking for the length, we can type it in 3k squared. What is it? Plus 7k, plus 7k, plus 4. Oops, that's not a plus. Plus 4. Okay. One more we'll do. Factor the polynomial by its greatest common monomial factor. First thing we do is we look at the coefficients. We see 9 and 27. The greatest common factor between those is 3. That's a lie. Always start with the biggest number. Does 9 go into 27? Yes, it does. That means 9 is going to be our greatest common factor. Then we look at m cubed and m. We know that m is the smaller of the two, m to the first power. So that is our GCF, our greatest common factor. Now we do 9m cubed divided by 9m. Cancels. We're left with m squared. Then we have 27m divided by 9m. Cancel. We're left with 3, and it's a minus. So we have minus 3. M squared minus 3. So 9m, parentheses, m squared minus 3. Just checking it. M squared minus 3, parentheses, check it. All right, terrific. Hope this was helpful. Best of luck on this exercise and all your other exercises, considering common factors and factoring polynomials. And I'll see you next time on West Explains Best.